Yo, what's good everyone? Welcome back to the 21 part guide. Today we're going to talk about Ken's recovery. Ken's recovery really isn't all that great until you learn how to use every single one of your tools when off stage. Now the cool thing about Ken's recovery is that Ken has so many tools when off stage that he can try to mix up his recovery almost every single time and come up with a different result, a different angle to make it really hard to edge guard us. Now it's not going to come easily without practice, so you have to learn all the mix-ups. Like you can do rising tatsus, you can do Shoryuken hovers to stall in the air. You can hover and stall with your focus attack, right? You can change up the timing with focus attack by doing another focus attack to fall faster. You basically just have to get creative when off stage, trying to mix your opponent up and make sure that you take whatever angle is good for you to avoid whatever edge guard they're going for, while also trying to make it back to stage. When recovering with Ken, these are the tools that you're going to use the most. You're going to use your double jump, you're going to use your focus attack, you're going to use your tatsumaki, you're going to use your Shoryuken, and you're going to use your shoryuken. You need all of these tools because they all provide a way for Ken to make it back to stage. Shoryuken gives you the ability to hover and stall in the air for a bit. Cool thing with Shoryuken is you can choose your drift after you shoot it. So right here, I'm not choosing the drift, right? But watch this, I can hover back. You saw how I floated backwards right there, and I can also float forward after I shoot it. This helps you a lot when you're trying to microspace in the air, which is pretty cool stuff, guys. So next up, after Shoryuken, we have tatsumaki. So tatsumaki, depending on when you press the like side B button, Ken's going to change his trajectory. So if you do it quickly, he's going to rise up with the tatsu. If you wait, he's going to go straight with it. If you wait too long, he'll just go straight down. Right? 3 different angles basically. But they're not really just exact 3 different angles, but you get what I'm saying. The longer you wait, the trajectories change. So whenever you're using tatsumaki, it's up to you to find the right angle that snaps to ledge to make sure you make it there safely. Next up, we have focus attack. Focus attack can be used to stall in the air a little longer while also eating up a hit. So most times when people are edge guarding you, they're trying to go for their spikes. A lot of spikes in this game are like singular hits. You might go for the fairs. A lot of fairs are edge guard tools are singular hits as well. Ken can just eat up an attack and make it back safely if you throw out the proper focus attack and get the right charge to accommodate for how hard the hit is. It'll definitely save your life a lot off stage. And you want to make sure that you cancel the focus attack, because if you go for the hit, you're going to be in a lot of lag, and most times you're going to die. So you want to be very careful whether or not you're going to let it rip or cancel and make it back to stage. An important thing that I should have talked about first, Ken's double jump. Before we get into shoryuken, I want to talk about his double jump. Ken's double jump is extremely useful. You want to make sure that you preserve this move. If you don't preserve his double jump, you're really not going to be able to make it back. You're not going to be able to do the jump focus attack stuff, because you're not going to be able to stall with your focus attack in the air, because you need that double jump to keep yourself, to carry the momentum of rising up with it, right? You're also going to need your double jump to get the rising tatsu. You're going to need your double jump to get a higher shoryuken recovery. You're just going to need your double jump to do so many things. It also helps you like jump forward to dodge a lot of attacks, jump back to dodge another attack. It's very useful. As a Ken main, you don't want to burn your double jump until you know you're going to make it to ledge. Like, you have to clear your path before you use this move. If you don't clear your path, you basically screwed yourself over. Next up, you have Ken's shoryuken. The cool thing about Ken's shoryuken, if I just scoot Ryu all the way over here, is so when your opponent's trying to ledge trap you after they knock you off the stage, the cool thing about shoryuken is if you snap ledge, you can also hit your opponent if they're too close to the ledge. This helps you clear out any type of danger going on at ledge, so you can get back on stage and have a way easier time of trying to regain neutral. So keep that in mind. You can also fail to get the hitbox on them if you snap it a lot better. That right there was kind of like a lazy snap. If you do like here, it won't hit them, right? So you have to practice your snapping, because sometimes you don't want the hitbox to happen, right? Because let's say someone's standing here and they counter and you hit them with the hitbox, they can just counter and, you know, return the hit and kill you off like that. So you want to learn how to make sure you properly snap that, so if they do want to go for counters, you can avoid that. If they don't go for counters, you can hit them, you know, with the shoryuken. Another cool thing is you can recover early with shoryuken to, let's say someone's trying to do a 2-frame spike, right? Like a Falcon main is spamming their dare right here at ledge, right? You know how their dare goes through the ledge. Well, you don't want to grab the ledge or else you're gonna get 2-framed. So you're gonna want to burn your double jump early and hit them right here. If you hit them right there, let me show you. I'm gonna have Ryu jump for you guys real quick. So let's Ryu's jumping right here. Pretend he's trying to mash his dare on you, right? The Falcon Man is doing that. You just shoryuken earlier. You hit them in the face when they're doing that. So you can fake like you're trying to go recover low, but really you're gonna cut your double jump quickly and hit them with the shoryuken. Alright, so next up I have some anti-ledge trapping tech for Hadouken and Tatsumaki. The cool thing about these two moves is that they can literally save your life and also just rob your opponent's stock if you do it properly. So Hadouken at ledge has the ability to put a hitbox here, like right here, and just stop your opponent from ledge trapping you on the ground basically. And you can also do it in mid-height. So let's say your opponent's as tall as Ryu, you can do it in mid-height so you can catch them if they're trying to jump as well. That's really good when trying to make sure that when you get back to stage, you're able to do whatever you want, right? Next up, we can also talk about the fact that with Tatsu, you can miss the ledge on purpose, like here. And notice how I have no lag, right, when I land, right? So if I run into, let's say someone's ledge trapping me right here. So if I want to secure a kill, I just fake Tatsu like that until I shoryuken. I messed the input up right there, but basically you get the gist of it. You would hit them with the last hit of Tatsu and you would have no lag. Like that. And then I just down to a shoryuken. Like a higher percent is a true combo, and it's so busted at ledge you can catch your opponent off guard because usually they'll think you're snapping, right? But you're purposely missing the ledge with the Tatsumaki to hit them with the last hits. Okay? So if you learn that, it's really useful. It's really good at surprising people, so you can gain advantage immediately without having to go back to ledge. Now, as for the Hadouken example, what I'm trying to show you is you can shoot the Hado there and jump back to ledge, and you're right back at it. So literally all your opponent has to do is either eat up the Hado or shield it, and as a Ken main, that gives you enough time just to make it right back, bro. Like, it's so easy to pull off. All you have to, like, you're literally not risking much when out there. The only thing you are risking is if you do it too much, your opponent can just obviously read it, right? They'll pretend like they're standing here. You shoot out your Hadouken, which is almost like 60 frames of like lag in total. You shoot that move out, they just jump off and like spike you or fair you, depending on what percent you're at, and you lose your stock. So you have to do it preservingly. My favorite thing to do when I shoot the Hado most times is I shoot it and drift back. Hold on. I shoot it and drift back. That way, like, if they were trying to go out and fair me, I can at least try to pull myself back to avoid getting hit. In case they do try to mix me up. You'll eventually get a feel for what's the safest range to shoot it at against your opponent. And from there, like, it's going to be extremely difficult to deal with Ken at ledge. Alright, there's one last thing I want to talk about with Ken. This is the tech that I don't know if I came up with it. To be honest, I'm the only Ken main who really does this in this game. So I like to say I came up with it, but it might have been the thing in Smash 4. But so if you're at ledge, Ken has a way to armor his jump. So most people can just jump on the stage like that. And on Wi-Fi it's really hard to punish, but let's say you're offline, right? You want to be able to get armor. You can get armor with your jump from here. How? By using your focus attack. And this is a cool thing. When you use focus attack in a situation, you're actually able to use it as a counter attack move. I'll show you guys how to do that right now. It's honestly extremely sick. It's really good for trying to reverse ledge trapping when you make it back to ledge. Let's say your opponent's still trying to ledge trap you and make it back to ledge. It's such a busted way to make sure that they're always on their toes, that they don't even feel comfortable ledge trapping you anymore. Because now that they look out, like now they can literally lose their stock for standing right where Ryu is, and it's ridiculous. So first off, before I show you the combo, I want to show you two things about focus attack here. So focus attack's B reverse mechanic here. You see how I bounce back? You can use the bounce back to readjust. So let's say your opponent wasn't in the proper space. The bounce back puts you in a different spot, right? And if you don't want the bounce back, you'd have to just do like a different B reverse like that. No bounce back on that one. No momentum shift. So there's two different variations. One with a bounce back to pull Ken a little bit more to the left if your opponent's too close at ledge for what I'm about to show you. And if they're not too close, then you do the variation without the bounce back. It's all a timing thing. So whenever you get to the peak, if you want the bounce back, you're going to, because it's a momentum shift. Whenever you get to the peak is where you flick it back for the B reverse. If you don't want the bounce back, you're gonna do it before the peak, right? So then the B reverse goes in a straight line. It's a really cool mechanic, honestly. That like is kind of weird to implement, but you're gonna get it down if you practice it a lot. So here's the tech that I'm trying to show you. So we all know that Ken's fair has a sour spot, right, on the back hit. So the point of this B reverse is to turn my back to my opponent so I can get the sour spot to reverse things. All right, so right there, I needed to do the one with the momentum shift. See that? Usually I messed it up right there, but it's a true combo. So right there, I did the momentum shift because he was too close to the left. I didn't adjust him right, but he's too close to the left, and I got the sour spot part of the fair, and I hit him with a dare. Now, I've killed so many people with this in bracket. Usually, if your opponent's at a lower percent, let's say they're at like 60, you can add a nair into there. So you just fair, nair, dare, and it kills. This is really good if you want to cheese your opponent by catching them off guard. Let's say they want a roll read, right? You've rolled a lot, and you know they're looking for a roll read. Well, if you know they're going for that, fake them up, right? Back up into them, hit them with the fair, and hit them with the dare, bro, and just finish them off. I use this a lot when I know I've been rolling a lot. That way my opponent's looking for a roll, but instead I'm going to hit them with that focus attack. And if I know they're going to go for like a smash attack punish for my roll, I catch them off guard with that. It's such a good way to rob them. Even if they try to go for like a pivot grab, it's so good. It's such a good way to rob them. All right, everyone, before we end this video, I have two pieces of advice that are very crucial when recovering with Ken. So let's say you're recovering and you want to mix up your shoryuken height, which is a thing you can do because your opponent's been reading you, and you also want to mix up your recovery a little bit more. This one isn't too much of a game changer, but it does, like, it is an option you can pick to change up things. Let's say you want to avoid counters at ledge, right? You want to make your hitbox smaller to avoid counters. You want to make your hitbox smaller to avoid like hitting a snake grenade, right? Because fire triggers the grenades easier. So we all know that heavy shoryuken has a bigger hitbox than light and medium shoryuken, right? So usually when you're off stage, what you want to do is, let's say snake drops a grenade there, and you want to snap ledge but also not trigger the grenade. You want to go for a medium, or you want to go for a, hold on, that was a medium again, or light shoryuken. If you go for either of these, the hitboxes are so much smaller that you won't break the grenade, right? You won't pop it and blow yourself up. And it's really crucial to know the like snapping height. Clearly for me, I haven't played the snake matchup in minutes, so I don't like, you know the height by heart. But once you learn the height of these shoryukens to snap and the timing off stage, is really good to clutch up like really tight situations to make sure that you don't die in situations where you don't need to die. Because if you see a snake nade on ledge, you don't want to go for heavy DP, so you want to make sure you learn how to do medium DP instead to get that height so you don't die, right? Like you just snap there, no hitbox is going over the ledge, and it's completely safe in comparison to just going for the heavy DP, like I've said. So without repeating myself multiple times, you guys get the gist of that. You want to make sure you get all your DP heights down. That way when the time comes, you don't end up killing yourself. All right, so next up, we're going to talk about a really cool tech that I love to go for called missing the ledge. You want to miss the ledge on purpose with Ken sometimes because, like I said, counters and grenades, right? If someone puts something on the ledge that Ken can't hit, that would be really bad for you to put yourself in. You want to miss the ledge on purpose. Like earlier I taught you guys, let's say someone's two framing you, you wanted to go for a shoryuken to hit them, right? Well, what I'm trying to say here is, let's say someone's trying to counter you or there's a snake nade. If you miss the ledge on purpose, your opponent will be in more lag than you when you're coming down, that you'll be safe. Now let's say they read you missing the ledge on purpose, which is very unfortunate, but it does happen, right? If you do die there, like they can just watch you miss a ledge on purpose and then down smash, right? But rarely does that ever happen. If you fake like you're going low and then surprise them by missing the ledge on purpose, like if you do it perfectly where they can't react to it, you're good, you're safe, right? Because they're anticipating you to go low, and the reaction speed, like reaction time, is not perfectly where it should be, right? It's too focused on the counter, and that's when you know you have a read down packed, right? So I remember, like, the reason I came up with this tech, it's not really coming up with it. This one's, I mean, it's an obvious thing in the Smash Bros history, to be honest, missing the ledge on purpose. But I started implementing this into my gameplay because my friend who played Joker would get Arsene, right? and just spammed the Arsene counter here at ledge, and I kept getting hit by it and losing to him, losing so many stocks so early. I'll just get countered and then he just fair me and I'm dead, right? And it was getting on my nerves. So I figured as I kept playing against him, I was going to miss ledge on purpose. And eventually the tech became so useful. Like literally he doesn't even go for Arsene counters at ledge anymore because it's just not going to work against me. Like I fake it all the time whenever I have a feeling he's going to go for it. I just do an early recovery. Sometimes they like to drop down and throw the counter low. In situations like that, I can just stall with focus attack and then make it back with shoryuken. So all you have to do is react, read, and deal with it accordingly. Like I said earlier, guys, all of those tools, you have to learn how to be comfortable with them when off stage and learn how to abuse them. Alright everyone, that sums up the recovery guide. Hopefully this guide was good and easy for you to understand the concepts. I didn't edit it as much as I did for the moveset guide because of the fact that I wanted to be more interactive of me doing the things as I was talking. One, to make it look easier, and two, so y'all can get an easier like picture of what's going on in my head as I was doing things. That way you guys can mimic it much fluidly, more fluidly, if that's the word for it. But yeah, if you have any questions on how to recover, go ahead and ask me in the comments. If I do have 2 Shoto players you should watch when it comes to recovery, I mean, 1 me, but 2 Vendetta. Vendetta is literally the only other Shoto besides me who surprises me with the way he recovers, and I get jealous of it a lot of times because I thought my recoveries were good. Then when I watch him recover, it's like, man, like I get creative at times, but he does really good safe ones and knows when to do it properly, and I really do like appreciate him for that. So watch Vendetta's gameplay as well. I will drop his channel below if you guys want to watch his gameplay. He's like doing a really good job right now with Wi-Fi Kens, and he's also the best Ken in my state right now in Georgia. So you know, I'm second best, but he's the best by a long shot. So make sure y'all check him out if y'all do want to understand how to recover more and steal ideas from him. If you want to steal ideas from me, go ahead and catch me on my streams. I don't compete on Wi-Fi. I don't really enjoy Wi-Fi tournaments, but I do love to play y'all on stream. I do like to mess around and do crazy things on there, so y'all can learn things from me, from my streams personally. Y'all can ask me questions there so you can get instant feedback. But yeah, hopefully you guys appreciated this video and you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch y'all later.